Governor Larry Hogan announced a new effort to keep Maryland students safe today.
Yeah, it's new technology, so instead of phones and social media kind of creating the problems, it could solve them. WMAR 2 News' Abby Isaacs has the details on this announcement and how it could save lives.
Well, Jamie and Kelly, it's a new tip line and app, and while it may not seem like a big deal, Governor Larry Hogan and students both say it will empower them to report red flags they see on social media that could prevent a future shooting.
Classrooms should never be a place of fear.
In an effort to keep Maryland students safe, Governor Larry Hogan announced a new initiative, an anonymous tip line and Safe Schools Maryland app to give students ways to report concerns in the palm of their hand.
Incidents of targeted violence at our schools are rarely sudden, impulsive acts. Instead, in the majority of these incidents, another person or persons was aware of what the student was thinking and or planning to do.
Hogan says all too often students don't report what they see because of fear of retaliation or rejection. Students say it's also hard to know what to do with a social media threat.
A lot of stuff that goes on social media is something that would be definitely red flagged if it happened in person, but because of the anonymity of social media and also just it's so impersonal, a lot of times people will just slide it under the rug or let it go, and a lot of times students aren't even sure exactly who to report it to.
The troubling result is sort of a code of silence in which students suffer harm, which could have been prevented if another person had chosen to speak out.
He hopes these new avenues empower students to break the code of silence, identifying students in crisis to get them help. It's something Great Mills High School student Donovan Weekly says could save lives. His classmate Jalen Willie was shot and killed in school earlier this year. The gunman, another student, then killed himself.
The accessibility of this hotline could very well be the difference between a student taking the situation upon himself or herself and alerting the necessary authorities.
Trained technicians will respond to reports 24/7, and all life-threatening tips will be referred to local law enforcement and the school system. Officials want students to take this seriously. They don't want technicians to be wasting their time chasing down fake tips when they could be looking into a real threat. And the last thing, this does not replace 911. If there's an emergency, this tip line is not the answer.